Hey, how you guys doing? This is William Myers, Mass Outdoors, back at you with another video. And in today's video, we're going to continue our series on focusing on one plant per week. And in today's video, we're going to focus on this plant, milkweed. And this is a really good plant to know and to remember where they're at. There's a lot of medicinal values to this plant. If you have a latex allergy, you can see why this is called milkweed. If I snap one of these off, you see that white sap that's coming out of there. That is a latex. If you have an allergy to latex, stay away from the plant. Obviously that should go without saying. But that being said, this is a great, especially this is a really late stage plant. But these little buds that are on here, it's a really good trailside nibble. Or like a cauliflower, if you will. Kind of what it tastes like. But that's a really good way to get something in your stomach if you're hiking past these and you know that this area hasn't been sprayed with pesticides. That should go without saying. But other than that, this is, like I said, a really late stage plant. If we walk over here, this is a plant that I wouldn't mind processing down, taking the leaves off, chopping it up, and boiling in a couple exchanges of water. That's even getting a little old to me. But when these plants are younger, if you cut them up, boil them, maybe change the water once or twice, it's up to you. They make a really good grain. Funny note on that is that if you've ever read Yul Gibbons or any of his books or anything like that, he actually says that this plant is a bitter. So astringent that even 4 or 5 changes of water doesn't make it better, and it's hard to eat, and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. A lot of people in the field today believe that he misidentified this plant with dog bay. I don't know if that is true or not. It kind of makes sense to me, because when you do this right and get the right age of the plant, it's actually pretty sweet. It's not bitter at all. It's not astringent. It's a really nice sweet grain. So it does make sense to me. And then you'll see that in other books as well. I think even Peterson's Field Guides. I'm not sure. I'd have to read it. It's been a while since I've even touched that book. But a lot of people that have experience out in the woods with wild edibles and medicinal plants, they maybe not had experience with this plant, but they wanted to include it in their book. So they kind of regurgitated something that he said. A respectable person in the woods knows about wild edibles, et cetera, et cetera. And you see that rolling misinformation throughout time and books, and certain books. That are not all, trust me, there's definitely books out there that get it right with this plant. So, if you just because it's in a book doesn't mean it's always true, guys. But kind of hard to say that. Hey, that book from that respectable guy, maybe everything that he says is not true. It's a pretty rough statement, right? But like I said, this is a really good plant to know, a good plant to remember. I've read things about people using the latex as like bandaging material and stuff like that. It's supposed to have some antimicrobial properties. In my experience, I have not done that in my experience. If I usually talk about a medicinal, it's because I've used it. I've not done that, but that is just some information that I am aware of. But, as far as I know, this is a pretty good food stock, pretty good trailside nibble, and it's a good plant to know. So hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, I'd appreciate it if you click subscribe down below, and maybe entertain like hitting that little bell, because then you'll get notified when I'm doing videos. I'm going to be doing videos a lot more. So like I said, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and hopefully we'll see you out in the woods.